Yo, what up? It's Teddy, Caravan Crypto, and yeah, man, we are in a bull market. I'm really sorry, man. I've been just swamped with work. I know. I really want. There's so many videos I want to do, hella topics I want to cover, and I just haven't been able to get the time to do it. I promise you, I will buckle down, make some time, and start making more videos. But for now, I want to make this video about the bull market that is upon us right now. I mean, it's already been a bull market, but you know, considering that Bitcoin is, you know, the best performing asset of any category this year, period. You know, like, yeah, there's some outliers that you know, have done better in terms of, you know, being an investment, but the crypto market overall, which is mainly sitting on Bitcoin, you know, that is the best category of assets that you could have put your money into in 2020. It's the best performing year to date. You know, Bitcoin has hit an all-time high. And so if you bought Bitcoin at any point within the last year, you are up. And I'm sure many of us have bought Bitcoin within the last year. So anyway, let's get into it. Bitcoin broke 13,100 at the time of making this video, 1:45 p.m. And it's looking good. You know, typically I don't get too excited about these smaller movements. And yeah, even though Bitcoin is up, you know, from last week, or you know, I think it's early last week, it's up about $3,000, which is 30% in a week. Even though that is the case, it's not quite you know, this great, vastly expanding market that I know it can be, and I know it will be once it takes off. So to me, I'm a little cautious. Is there a dip coming? There has to be some kind of pullback at some point, you know, but there's also a ton of exuberance in the market, and you know, that can basically deter the bears from selling their stuff. There's a lot of FOMO right now. I mean, this is the thing we've all been waiting for. 60% of Bitcoin purchased on exchanges has not moved in a year. 60% of all the Bitcoin. It's a crazy stat. You know, it's basically locked in a wallet and is not going anywhere. It just hasn't moved. People are waiting, you know, waiting for this bull run. I would say, and you know, my advice to you, look, I'm a firm believer in Bitcoin being the only cryptocurrency at the end of it. Yes, Ethereum will play a major role in terms of its ability to be a flexible blockchain, you know, that can facilitate transactions. But in terms of store value, I just can't see anything else. There's nothing else that is operating without any control from anybody. And that's a major thing. And I know it's really tough for people to wrap their heads around it. Oh, and here leads me into my next point, right? Look, man, there is a ton of people who are saying things that sound smart to people who don't know what they're talking about, and they don't know what they were talking about. You know, the people who originally made the statement don't know what they're talking about. There's a ton of people out there who are jumping on Facebook, who are jumping on Instagram and Twitter, and, you know, making YouTube videos, and they really have absolutely no idea what they're talking about, and they're just saying things. Don't listen to these people. Whether they're for or against crypto, they literally have no clue what they're talking about, okay? Be very careful about these people. You're gonna have family and friends, very close people to you. You're gonna have people with degrees in the a field of finance or economics try to weigh in on cryptocurrencies. I'm trying to tell you, man, this is like, you know, this is like people who, I don't know, were firesmiths back in the day. Yeah, and electricity comes along and they got an opinion on it. Yeah, this is outside of their wheelhouse. All right, they don't know what they're talking about. Don't trust them. Yo, if they really don't have a very firm understanding of Bitcoin, they should not say one word, and you should not listen to one word that they have to say. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have your own opinion. I'm absolutely saying you should have your own opinion. I'm not saying that people aren't entitled to their own opinion. They absolutely are entitled to their own opinion. I'm just saying, last bull run, 2017 bull run, there were a lot of people who were hurt because they listened to people who they assumed knew what they were talking about. And these people who were hurt missed out on major opportunities. Me being one of them. All right? Don't listen to people who don't know what they're talking about when it comes to cryptocurrencies. All right? When it comes to Bitcoin. Here are some facts you should know. Look, Bitcoin, the Bitcoin network, it cannot be hacked. Let me say it again. It cannot be hacked because it's decentralized. It's open to everyone to have a copy of the code, the ledger that undergirds the entire system. So there's no one point of attack. This is a major key here. This is a major point that really people who don't know what they're talking about overlook. All right? The government can be hacked. Banks can be hacked. Credit bureaus can be hacked. And they are hacked every single day. All three of those things are hacked every single day. Okay? Every single day. Bitcoin has never been hacked, not once. And they've tried many times. And when I say they, governments, Chinese government, US government, Russia has tried to hack it many times. There's people trying to hack it right now. Okay? I could get into the logistics of why it's unhackable. You know, can it be hacked? Okay, there's like a very specific way that it can be hacked, for sure. I'm not gonna lie and say that there's no way that it possibly can be hacked, but the odds of being able to do that and being successful are so slim at this point that it's virtually impossible, and it's not even worth spending the amount of money you would spend on that method to try to hack it. It's not even worth it. And time too. It's crazy amount of time just to figure out you're wrong and then start over. So look, it can't be hacked. All right, no one controls it. I know that there's these conspiracy theories about Satoshi Nakamoto is really the CIA and blah blah blah. All right, look, let's say Satoshi Nakamoto is the CIA. Just show me the backdoor code where it says, hey, this is the code right here for the back door, for how they could manipulate the blah, 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 and change the blockchain and all that stuff. It doesn't exist, man. It's not real. It's just not, it's not a thing. The reason why Bitcoin is so valuable is because no one can control it. It's because Satoshi Nakamoto said it and forget it. And it just goes now. It just runs into the ether. It just keeps on going. This is a fact, all right? So, you know, there's a couple other things you should know, you know, in terms of like transaction speed and whatnot. Right now, today, this current financial system, transactions actually take 3 to 5 days to a week to settle up. Bitcoin will do it in a couple hours, you know what I mean? Yeah, is it not instant? It's not, you know what I mean? But is it secure? Yeah, and that's what you trade off. Like if you have an instant, you know, coin that transacts instantly, it's not very secure. It's very centralized. Okay, the what do you call it? The spread of control over that network is very minimal. You know what I mean? A few people hold a lot of the keys. So you don't want to deal with those coins anyway. You don't want to transact in those coins. You want to store your value in those coins. But you know, Bitcoin, being that it literally has to confirm amongst the random ledgers out there whether or not a transaction is possible, or whether it's, you know, or not a transaction, you know, is from an account that's solvent. You know, these are the types of things that it checks, and because it checks it, it takes a while. But that's how you know it's secure, and that's why it's worth a lot of money. You know, there's so much to go into. Look, man, if they can't tell you what a private key is, if they can't explain to you how Bitcoin is decentralized. All right, if they don't even understand how that term works, then they probably don't understand why it's valuable, how it's valuable, and why you should probably own some. You know what I mean? So don't get caught up in all this, man, this crazy stuff. Man, it's exhausting because I want to engage with people on Facebook who say this dumb stuff, but it's so much and I have a lot of stuff to do and I can't like really get to it. I don't want to get into it because I know it'll become this, you know, back and forth, and really people who are arguing on Facebook or Instagram, they're not really trying to get to the root of something, because especially when it comes to crypto, because if you did want to get to the root of an issue regarding crypto, you absolutely could do it in no limited time. All the information is there for you, and you would quickly figure out that a lot of the talking points that people make are not, you know, possible. So, you know, it's just crazy, man. It's just wild, dude. So yeah, this is my 2 cents. And this is my market update. Yo, be patient. Be so patient. Okay? Do not FOMO. Do not FUD. Don't try to get the little gain, you know, little itty bitty gains all the time. Go for those bigger gains, those macro moves. Don't try to trade too much. Don't get fearful. Yo, it's at 13,100. I know that the major resistance, I believe, is at 14,000, where it's like, you know, it'll get rejected. Or I think 13,000 was the major resistance where it should get rejected, but it didn't. Well, at least it hasn't yet. But just keep in mind, man, there's going to be a pullback at some point. This thing's going to yank back down to some other price, and that's just what it's going to be. And then it'll settle, and then it'll come back up. And so it's okay. It's either going to do that, which we really want it to do that. You really want the price to come back down, settle, and then people start building it up again, because then that creates a floor, and that creates a bunch of people who are motivated to maintain that price and not sell below it so that it could go higher, right? PayPal just said, hey, you're going to be able to buy, sell, and hold crypto here on your PayPal app, in your PayPal account. But it's just like Cash App, it's not really allowing you to purchase and hold your own crypto. It just is giving you a number on the screen and saying, hey, yeah, this is crypto and you're holding it and blah, 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 blah. So it's not really that, but it is dope to see that, you know, people, that PayPal is entering the space and, you know, custodying Bitcoin, so to speak, through their exchange. So yeah, I mean, that's a major move. Bitcoin did over $1 trillion in transactions in PayPal last year, and PayPal didn't even do half of that. Cash App, 51% of its revenue has come from Bitcoin sales on the app. You know, there's just so much, man. There's so much going on. And these are people who are in the online payment business. This is what they do. This is who they are. They transact, they facilitate transactions online, and they're going for Bitcoin. Says a lot, dude. It says a lot, especially because it can't be hacked, especially because nobody controls it. You know? But yeah, man, argue with me in the comments. I would love to hear from you. You know, especially if you disagree. If you have any questions about anything, don't hesitate to reach out, ask it. Just type it into the comment and I'll reply to it. But yeah, I appreciate you watching this video, and you will be hearing from me soon. All right, you will be. All right, yo, peace.